April 2020, Mapua, South Island of New Zealand. This is my place of sanctuary. This is where I sleep each night. This is my houseboat. My father built it, his own hands, every single part of it. And he gifted it to me, his oldest son. It's my place of refuge. It's where I come to be alone. It's a magic place. A few native trees around and birds. I've got a moored in this little secluded bay. This is where my dad used to work on it when he started converting it from the ferry to the houseboat. I'm not a person of material possessions. They don't really concern me much or hold me, but this does. It's the one gift my father gave me which really is just so appreciated on so many levels. It used to be the ferry that took people around this inlet here in Mapua. A flat bottom floozy. The lady on the front who's the floozy, she's starting to fade. I'll be repainting this soon when lockdown's over. Dad worked meticulously building everything inside, making it totally off-grid living. And someone's been down here to drill into these trees to poison them, the wattle, which has been a mooring. No, they're not native, and I can understand that, but at the same time it's a shame to lose these trees. And this big wattle has been poisoned too. Hole there and a hole there. And looking up at it, looks like the poison's starting to work. That dead branches. Bit of green still on the top, but she'll all go. Eventually it'll fall down where my houseboat is, I guess. Welcome aboard. Today is an extra large tide, and that's a piece of wood that I was hoping to take for firewood that was on the bank, just on the beach, on this point here where you can see some pine's been cut down, but I've missed it. It's gone out to sea and probably won't come back in here again now. I keep a little garden with some herbs, coriander, basil, parsley, some seasonal salad. These keep me going. I've got some herbs, some rosemary and some thyme, and a little bit of dill. Dill's good to have because it goes well with fish. This one's nearly done its dash. Keep them nice and watered and in the sun when I can. The houseboat's powered by two Yamaha 9.9 or you can say 10 horsepower engines each side, and right now I'm going to start them up because they have to be kept running every so often just to charge the battery and give them a run. So moving from the stern of the boat, going down to the wheelhouse, I'm contemplating everything that my father thought when he built this amazing ferry which got transformed into a houseboat, and I'm just quite blown away each time to think about how he meticulously planned everything. 2 bedrooms, a galley, the whole lot in such a small space, and it's actually better than any home I've actually ever lived in. It's like, it blows my mind, really it does. So we're going to crank the engines and charge the batteries and see how they run, because they've been running for like 2 months, quite a long time. Down. We'll check it's down first. Yep, she's good. That primes it, push it up, and hold on, we give it about 10 seconds. We'll see how she goes. I might need to go and pump the fuel, we'll see how we get on. Give her another one. Oh, just trying to. She's away. Not quite. Give her a little bit of acceleration there. Come on. Oh, wants to, but not quite. Come on, matey. Keep going. Nah. More acceleration. Drop that back down. Keep it going. She's away. Shaking herself all over the place. I might give her a few more revs. She's away now. Always check the impellers pumping properly. She's looking good. Right, we'll drop this baby and start her up. Here she goes. Primer. Just give a wee prime. It's about 10 seconds. She's going. Starboard motor. Yep, she's away. Port motor's going too. Right, we'll just let those guys do their thing. Yep, she's good. When lockdown's over, I hope to put this flounder net out here because there's flounder just out there. Plenty of fish. I want to show you my room, my bedroom. This is where I sleep at night. It's absolutely beautiful. It's just like a picture. Speaking of pictures, check this out. Ray Hardcastle painted that for me. After me once saying, I wish the pig could carry me out. And he's done a fantastic job. Anyway, that's my morning view when I wake up in the morning. Well, it changes every day, to be honest. Some days it's just mud because the tide goes in, it comes out. You got the sound of native birds in the trees. This is my bed here. And I'm using a sleeping bag right now. I take a liner and I use that, so I just wash that rather than washing all the sheets and everything. It's a bit easier. I'll show you the heating system. It's basically this Califont does all the water, so I can have my shave in the morning. We've got an extra roll of toilet paper just in case a virus breaks out, because you never know. Got this backup here, 240 volt generator genset. There's the shower. Yep. And the toilet. The toilet works on a holding tank, and it's got this button here that tunes everything up, goes in the holding tank. Then you take the boat out to sea and you dump your waste when you're like a kilometre offshore. I think it's actually 500 metres, but I normally take it out further than that. My father had the forethought to put this skylight in, so there's plenty of light in here. And you've got these little cabin lights for at night for reading too, but I save those only when I really need them. We save all the power we can. Solar power on the roof, that charges the house batteries. So that's my cabin. I want to show you the guest cabin. This is where my patrons stay. So far, patron Scott stayed here with his partner. We had a few YouTubers stay here. We've had the Ruahine Hunter stayed here. We've had Mike from Digital Wicker Media stay here. That window doesn't want to open. There you go. I've had a lot of mates stay here, and it's also got its own little emergency supply, little basin, its own shower unit, runs off another Califont, a separate one, and toilet, and there's its own Califont there. Just remember, if you are a patron, you can come and stay here. It's open to all GBC members. If it works out with me, I'll make you a nice cup of coffee in the morning, come and see you. We might go for a fish out here, or just sit on the veranda and play guitar and enjoy the day. Engines have had about 20 minutes. Nice to have some peace. Bring them up. I always check cables and everything after I run it. It should be actually turned to the side. That didn't quite get that right. I'm dropping it down again. Let's give it another start. Or a bit more. Then correct it. Yeah, cable's all okay. I'll keep this one well greased. Probably need some more. Gotta watch this one here because it can get pulled a bit tight. Fuel's alright. Accelerator and gearing's alright. So I want to turn the motor hard to the port side before I lift it back up this time. Need to replace this wheel too. Rightio. It might be a bit better. Turn her off and lift her up. That sounds much better. Yep, she's sweet. Brilliant. I need to replace this. It's getting holes in it and it's past its use by date, but I do collect the rainwater off for my cup of tea. I boil my water on this and do my cooking. Last night I had a feed and I've saved the fat in the skillet because fat is a commodity. It's a great wee oven and gas cooker, but I also cook on this, which my father also built. A little wood burner. I put pine cones and bits of wood that wash up on the beach. It's bloody good for heating a place and good for making a brew. I don't even have an oven at home, so this is brilliant. The saloon's got all these LED lights. My father bought them, I think he got them online from Alibaba in China. And they keep everything like really bright at night. They use bugger all power. And we've got a radio. How ingenious is this? These portholes are just buckets that Dad's cut and screwed them in. And unlike where I live, all the windows on this are double glazed, so she's nice and warm inside. When you're doing all your cooking and stuff, everything goes up there at the top. When my father built this, he didn't have a lot of money, but what he did have is he had a lot of imagination and creativity, and that's where things go a long way. One of my patrons needed to get away. He said he was going nuts in the city with his job and all his stress. And I said to him, well, the houseboat's here, mate, come on down. And so he did. He came all the way from Auckland. He spent the first night in a motel because it was late when he arrived in Nelson, and the second morning he came out here. I put food on board for him, everything. He had a cell phone. I said to him, how long will you stay? He said, I need a week, I've got a week off. He stayed here 2 days and he got bored shitless. I'm telling you this because while I'm showing you this most romantic, idyllic place, you've also got to be very, very content and happy in your own skin with no one around and not much to do other than watch nature, have a coffee, have some thoughts, maybe be creative, put a fishing line off the back if it's not bloody lockdown. It's a very, very simplistic, subdued life with not a lot of stimulation going on. So I'm showing you the side, but I'll also tell you the other side. You've got to be really at peace with being in your own company and enjoying your own company. And I know many people are, but some people aren't too. So it's something to think about if you want something like this. The other side is the upkeep and the maintenance of boats is huge. And just those 2 motors I had to replace when Dad gifted me this. It was 10 grand. And it just goes on and on and on. Constantly you've got to maintain it, otherwise it will deteriorate. Coffee time. Never quite the same as out of the machine at home, but as far as coffee goes, instant coffee, that one's not a baddie. I like the Sublime. When I am staying on board, I shift my plants around so they get a bit of sunlight. That's my clothesline hanging up for drying my clothes there. And the board on the back is where I process fish when I catch them. Dad thought of everything on this. Periodically I come up on the roof and I check the solar panels, make sure they haven't got too much bird shit on them, so they keep on working. I also just check the roof, make sure everything's okay. That's where my cabin is down below there, that's my skylight. The tide's already on its way out again. That's when the yellow-eyed mullet come in. When I'm doing my cooking, rather than go out and pick herbs, what I do is this. I just bring the herbs into the kitchen. And hear the pump going. So there's 600 litres this boat will hold of fresh water, and right now it's down to about 50, so we'll need to fill up soon. Very shortly the yellow-eyed mullet will start coming in the shallows. You've got all the cupboard space you need there for everything, plenty of workspace. It's a fantastic kitchen. On this side here we've got the cupboards for all your dishes and bits and pieces, cups, and here's we've got all our cutlery. I'll keep those shut. So it's a fantastic kitchen, way better than the kitchen I have at the old farmhouse, that's for sure. Very well thought out. It's about this time now that the large yellow-eyed mullets start coming in and going around the bottom here, picking up all the nutrients and stuff. Don't know if you can see on the other side, there's one just starting to pop up the surface now. I'll just zoom in a bit. You may not get it, might be too far away. There he goes. He's a biggie. He's coming over towards us. Possibly even two. I'm sure you can see that now. That's a big fish. And what I hope to do is shoot one with a bow. That's a meal there, right there. It's a good size meal. I reckon I could take that with a bow if I set it right. Couple of fish in the shallows there. Just feeding as the tide goes out. They get pretty shallow. That's a good fish. Reflection shows the pattern on the top, but doesn't allow you to see the fish underneath. Here comes two towards us, only small ones compared to some of them. Just going under the rope now. Well, not quite, there they go. In the shallows. They get a lot bigger than that. They're not bad size. Again, you can't see them really because of the reflection on the top of the water. That is one big fish. Where's that big fish, man? There's a big yellow-eyed mullet. It's a horse of a fish. It'd be a foot long, that easy. And he's going back out with the last bit of tide. Getting the last bit of grub. He's a massive man. I could take him with a bow and arrow right now, so easy. He's right above me. Jeez, I could take that fish so easy. We're not allowed to fish right now. Mate, it's really difficult to watch that and not put a line down or take a shot with a bow. Oh well. That's the law right now, we're not allowed to fish. It's a bit of a killer really. Well, the wind's starting to come up. That was my houseboat or tiny home on the water video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. My nephew Mikhail is staying at the old farmhouse with me right now, and he's looking after livestock and dogs, so I'm sleeping on here tonight. I think I'll do a little bit of an edit of a video for you to watch this now and probably have an early night sleep. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much for following me. Thank you very much for sharing my day. I hope your day is going well, and I hope you enjoyed this video and it sort of took you away from the troubles of the world for a while. Because we've all got plenty of those with this COVID-19, but it will be over, and when it is, we can all go fishing again, hunting again, and get back into the things we love. Be good, can't be good, and be careful. See you later. I'm paddling out to sea, simple as can be. If the fish is fresh, it's good enough for me. I got a family at home, but I do like to run.